racing at Eibach GLTC race number 3. The championship standings we'll have on the top of the screen for the duration of the race. The map gets really challenging for Eric Cattell, but he's going to fight this to the end regardless. Still race wins on the line. Still a chance to go out on top with
Green
more
flag.
winner stickers. Green flag, and we're racing at Eibach GLTC at Pitt Race. And Cattell up the inside there of Rosenberg into turn 1. Rosenberg's going to clear, and look at O'Gorman around the outside of the 3 of Eric Meadows, who had a nice solid lap time, put him up in the mix here for the front running part of this race. And Tomo looking for second place already.
Looks like the field clean through 1. That is job number 1 done. Let's separate out here and try to get some good racing through this first lap.
Into the braking zone now for turn 3. Rosenberg leads the way. O'Gorman to second place. Cattell pops out of line there. A little bit of dust kicked up in the background as we head down to 5 for the first time. And side by side with Shukla and Lena Chin. That gets really tight. Shukla on the curbing to give her as much space as possible. And John Gaitis in the 444 around the outside there up the hill.
This back section of the racetrack strong for these lighter weight 4-cylinder cars. We'll see what they've got for Matan as they're entering the really tight S's here. Upshift, downshift, left and right. Long train of cars there chasing them.
And you're feeding in throttle throughout the S's here. Cattell has got somebody right on his tail. Is that Smedegard that has poked on through? So he's got, trouble. That's at the top of the hill there, turn 4.
Clayton Fitzpatrick and somebody else there.
That's Donald Louis in the FRS. So they've gotten tangled up. I didn't see a ton of bodywork damage, but either way.
Looks like both cars were still rolling and moving. So hopefully we can go clean with green here.
Shouldn't have a yellow to deal with there, but Rosenberg leads the way down the hill. O'Gorman second, Cattell,
Big off by Barbado.
And there is a standing yellow there in sector 1. So
see if they can get those cars into a safe spot.
Yeah, Cattell losing some ground there to Smedegard. And here's a look at a replay, top of the screen. Fitzpatrick all on his own.
Looks like a single car off there, yeah.
Did he get the? Oh, he did
Touches
get the wall.
Let's see what happens with Louis.
Came in much later, and maybe it was a mechanical issue. There's a full course yellow. So they're going to take this opportunity now to grab those cars from turn 4. The Eibach Jeep going to head out and pick up the field here.
Pace car driver said she was a little uncomfortable in the S's in the Eibach Jeep, but it handled well.
I bet.
A lot taller than the typical pace car.
Yeah.
Great looking Jeep though.
And again, so Rosenberg leads the way. You see the points reflect the positions there as they cross the stripe. Don't see any bodywork or anything amiss on Donald's car, but Clayton's right front has a little bit of damage.
Probably a pretty easy place for tow team to extract the cars and get them at a safe spot.
Yeah, so it shouldn't take too long to get this sorted and dialed.
Didn't look like heavy damage, but both cars obviously stationary, so it must be something mechanical or physically wrong with either a wheel or maybe they're not starting. You never know.
Yeah. Well, with this race under full course yellow, Eibach, the series partner this year, kind of a real landmark moment for us to have a season sponsor like Eibach. They are giving away the opportunity to go to Germany, the champion of this series this year. And here's a look at what Eibach is offering. The season winner that looks like it might be Matan Rosenberg by the end of the weekend.
Can win it too. It's so cool that you can bring your own flavor here and make it work.
I love it. It's been great for years. It's going to be even better this year with the support from Eibach and this new partnership for the Eibach GRIDLIFE Touring Cup Championship. Time to go racing. Here we go. Eibach GRIDLIFE Touring Cup action from Carolina Motorsports Park. The first race of the season is underway, and we're green flag racing.
It's been an amazing year as an official partner of the Eibach GLTC Championship. We've been wanting to be part of this program since its inception, and we're finally here, and we're really happy to see you guys and gals put it all on the line and have an amazing race after race, from CMP all the way out to Laguna and back. You guys have been killing it, and we're excited to see all of you drivers really put it out there. As Eibach approaches our 75th anniversary, we thought it would be fitting to bring the championship winner out to Germany to celebrate with us. So what does that include? We're going to get you out there. Flights, hotels, dinner at Eibach. We'll have tours. We'll celebrate. We've got a huge celebration party going on for our 75th. So you will be there with us, and then after, we're going to set you off to the Nürburgring with our friends EVN Ring Rental. You'll have the chance to drive the ring in one of their rental vehicles, and they're going to give you a tour around the town. So it's an exciting prize. We're very happy to have the winner out, and very happy to offer this to all of our drivers who have really put dollars, their time, their commitment, their cars, their safety on the line to have fun and drive.
And a huge thanks to Eibach for coming on board this season. Adam, you know, this is a series that that you sort of conceived in 2018 really, with a lot of input from the community, and a lot has been built up the last handful of years. We do see Clayton Fitzpatrick rolling again, which is great to see. But talk to me about the Eibach partnership and how much legitimacy and how much cool factor a brand like Eibach can bring to this series.
It was one of the more humbling things when I heard that they were that interested. I've actually been friends with Mark for many years. Prior to GRIDLIFE, we used to do HPDEs together before he moved out west. He's been on our podcast several times, but it's a brand like Eibach. It's such an iconic brand for motorsports. You know, even before any of us had done track days, if you had asked us, you know, what springs are you going to buy, you'd probably buy an Eibach springs. They are the brand in this. We see Donna Louie creeping on his own power. Safety truck following. Hopefully both these cars are okay. Yeah, it gave a lot of you know, legitimacy to this series, I think, in the eyes of others as well, which we obviously appreciate from Eibach. But most of these cars, they already had Eibach springs underneath, and we really appreciate their partnership. And yeah, just hard to express how cool that is for our team.
There's some other really cool things here in the field. I mean, you look at just the top four, right? The leader, Matan Rosenberg, a young driver that's been with us in GRIDLIFE for the last handful of years. He's got a big Eibach sticker on the nose of that car, but it's also the only grip racing Falcon liveried car in the world at the moment.
Yeah, it's the first time that's ever happened. Yeah. The same thing with you know, our other tire partners, and like it's so cool to see those companies see this as the place they want to invest and attract others that are car curious, that will be drawn to a racetrack someday. It's cool to see the eyes of the community watching this series and the others that run with us.
And for the tuners of the automotive community that are relying on Eibach springs, drivers like Eric Cattell, who have scienced out a chassis that maybe is imperfect for wheel-to-wheel racing. He has done so much to it. It is factory race car beautiful.
Yep.
That's sort of the culture and the spirit of Eibach GLTC and GRIDLIFE in general, is to, you know, build the mousetrap that you want to build, and Eric Cattell has done that. ASM has done that with 2 cars in the top 5. Tom O'Gorman's championship-winning car, which basically, it's like if Honda made the S2000 into a GT3 car, this is what it would look like.
Pretty close. The amount of development effort across anybody that's inside the top 15, top 20, especially in the past 2-3 years, has really risen so fast. And like with, you know, the Corvettes that are perennially on the top 5, we saw, you know, Jeremy Swenson do quite well several years ago with a much simpler Corvette, but the whole water level rose in the talent and prep field in fields in GLTC, and they all had to keep stepping up at their game. They all got faster. The S2000s got faster. The Corvettes got faster. You know, BRZ FRS chassis doing really well. A lot of BMWs. You know, at the E46, E36. Kind of the lone wolf though is the heavy prep that goes into the Civic.
So lights are out on the Eibach Jeep safety truck, and we're going green this time through with about 6.5 minutes on the clock.
Single file going into turn 1. The road will be a little bit longer full of cars because they're not 2x2, but we will see how clean they can get through this first lap, and hopefully mechanically everybody gets there. We go graded checker for the rest of the race.
Yeah, that would be fantastic, wouldn't it? And again, for Matan Rosenberg, we won't declare anyone the champion of anything until the end of race 4, because
he's got 2 more, and it's not easy to do this.
Yeah, again, even if Rosenberg finishes 7th or better, that would technically you know, mean that he is champion, but you still have to pass Scales in dyno post race, and you still have one more race to let everything sort out. So Rosenberg, regardless, is in a great spot here for the restart. Tom O'Gorman right behind him. Andy Smedegard in 3rd, Eric Cattell 4th, and green flag, and Tomo is not waiting. He's going to steal the lead away on the run to turn 1. He was not waiting around and just got a great jump there with so much experience as the 2022 champ, takes the lead away and leads to turn 3.
Dropping down this hill there. This is way more blind right here. You have to have a lot of trust of the drivers around you. You have to know where this track goes, and then heavy braking right here. We saw a lot of cars into this wall on the outside right.
Catil on the outside of Andy Smedegaard coming down the hill. That battle for second is going to be really fierce. Catil got overlap there on Andy. And Matan, still P2 there. Going to have to hunt down that ASM S2000. Catil has the nose in the inside of Smedegaard, and Andy's not giving way.
Looks tight and clean. And another thing about a restart like this, all these cars have heat in the tires. The drivers are, their heads are more focused. You're seeing more pace on this outlap than the first one. The tires are under you, the car is under you.
And trouble for John Gatos in the 444 out of turn 5, and I wonder if he can just kind of crank the wheel to the right and roll backwards out of the way. But
hopefully, I don't want him there.
Yeah, that's not a great spot to be. Here's Barbado and Magnussen and Ryan Power in the purple car over the crest there. And for third place, Catil is not going to give up the pursuit of Andy Smedegaard. Tomo still leads. And maybe a yellow would be handy for Tomo to keep Matan from having a shot to pass him here. It's going to have to get defensive on the run to turn 17.
In one of the microphones, I did kind of pick up the sound of what sounded like a BMW 6-cylinder. There he is moving.
Yeah,
here he is moving again. So hopefully just a power reset, and off he goes.
For the lead, here comes Rosenberg.
Right here.
This is where this car is really good, is at the top end, down the back straightaway. But Tomo's so good on the brakes, and he's going to go defensive, leave Matan a lane to the outside.
Not a bad run back into the front straight for Tomo, though. A little bit track right, but didn't look like it slowed the car down too much.
Up onto the front stretch.
Taking a wide center line here. There's no great option right now if you're Matan.
Down into turn 1, he's going to stay in behind O'Gorman for the time being. Tom launches into turn 1, can now set up for the run to 3. Matan had a great corner there, though.
Yeah, if I'm Matan, all I need to do is stay on this racetrack. But knowing him, he wants to win.
Yeah, well, he made that look easy, didn't he? Just drove right around Tomo. And into turn 3, Tom keeps the nose to the inside and isn't going to give this up easy. He's going to tuck underneath and maybe have a run into 5. But just can't quite do anything about it here.
Reviewing the GPS data on basically the top 5 last night with technical director Abe Schmucker, we saw the acceleration ramps on these cars basically the same exact ramp angle. One of the things that does stand out, especially on this track, is Matan, with the ratios and the torque he only has to shift once in a while. The other cars are shifting way more. So there is a little bit of downtime in a shift. That line goes flat for a second and then ramps back up. That is probably his strong suit, especially dropping down this hill.
Yeah, Andy just trying to cling to his FA24 FRS right ahead of Catil. Battle for second is real fierce. And Tomo has gotten his hands full with 2 of the best in Eibach GLTC.
3 of the best.
Yeah.
In front of him and behind him. I think these 3 4-cylinder cars, if they worked together in a straight line, could probably do very well, but they are racing, and this track maybe doesn't breed the draft as much as others. We do have a long front straight and a long dropping right here.
Now off into turn 17 again. See Andy pull a little bit on Tomo, but doesn't pull out a line there. Into the braking zone for 17. Track is clear, 2 minutes to go. I could expect a white flag this time. We'll see at the stripe if we'll get 2 or 1 lap to go. Catil pulls up alongside Andy Smedegaard in the 212.
This battle into 1 is going to probably slow them a tiny bit. Neither one has an optimal line for the track.
And where'd Tomo go?
Tomo's right in front of them.
No, is he still there? He's dropping.
I thought he was. I didn't see him go off.
No. Oh, well, there's John Gato. Or sorry, that's the 930, I think. No, there's that. Well, here comes Meadows. This is 3 wide. I don't know where Tom is still up the road, so his transponder just didn't ping. But this is tight squeeze into turn 3 now. Meadows and Smedegaard door to door, and Tomo trying to leave them in the dust while they battle for third.
I don't care how bad you want to win this. This has got to be a little bit fun, and this is great racing here for the 3rd position.
Yeah, Catil watching all this from behind, and just got to tuck up underneath and just try to use the shorter distance there.
These 3 drivers spent a lot of years running with each other, and looks like Meadows is right on the back of Andy there. Dead even there in a straight line, and the strengths of the lightweight car going to shine a little bit. You'll probably see a couple car lengths put on Meadows right now. This whole section, we've seen that happen with these 4-cylinder lighter weight cars.
And we're coming back to the checkers this time. Catil up alongside Smedegaard here. Just precious points. Again, just even in defense of Eric Magnussen as well for the weekend. But here he comes to the outside of turn 12, just trying to get anything he can. These two fought on toe-to-toe at Autobahn Country Club a couple of months ago. There's a little touch there as they come up over the top.
And at Lime Rock, tight battles at Lime Rock. We've seen a great second half of the year with these two.
Yeah, and they're not done yet. Tom O'Gorman chasing Rosenberg for the lead, but Catil slots ahead of Smedegaard into the braking zone. Andy looks to the left. Here comes Meadows. Could he influence the outcome of this braking battle into turn 17? One more braking duel. Catil sideways on the binder, slows it down, and this will be a battle all the way to the checkers.
This might be photo finish for these two here.
Side by side up the hill. Which one does Meadows push to the line, or does he take all of them three wide? He's going to sneak up. He's going to give Andy a little push here and to the stripe. I think he might beat all of them to the podium. Across the stripe, and Meadows steals it away. Third place for the number 3.
Intense
How about
racing. That was intense. That last lap was so fun to watch. So fun to watch.
That was very close. And the difference between them, 0.05 of a second. And again, Tom O'Gorman did come home in second place. There's something I missed with the transponder on that car. But Matan Rosenberg picks up his 3rd win of the weekend. And there's Eric and Andy. They are putting on a show.
I don't care about the drama afterwards or before. That was amazing racing. That was so fun to watch.
That was really cool. You see Tom O'Dare placed back into second place. Valiant effort.
And yeah, following this race, the race director will hand a 10-sided die to the winner. The winner will roll that, and that will determine our invert, which we'll know shortly.
Yeah, and that invert can be up to a pretty sizable number.
Yep, can be up to 10 with this field. 1/3 of the field, technically the rules.
And again, if this car passes tech, also, this would give Rosenberg the championship for 2025. But again, we won't know that until we get into race 4. So we'll make that announcement a little bit later in the day. But Eric Meadows, how about that run to the end? That was pretty cool to watch. He set them up. He watched those drivers go off into 17 side by side and just picked them off right at the stripe.
Ran a little bit better line there. They were probably 5 miles an hour slow because they were side by side there, and he had that little extra run and that grunt up the hill with a detuned V8. It definitely helps. Yeah,
Matan Rosenberg wins the race. P3 or 3rd one of the weekend. Tom O'Gorman 2nd, then Eric Meadows 3rd, Andy Smedegaard 4th, Eric Catil involved in that pretty epic battle. P5 for the 82. Magnuson, Hetty, and Barbado. Darling with that top 10 on older tires.
And Ryan Power in P10. Great finish for him.
Yeah, Joel Morrison and Lena Chin had a great battle. We saw that in the background. Kevin Zhu, Salil Shukla, and Sam Scott, top 15. Tim Shepleff, Michael Pagano, Steve Cairo, Thomas Moss, and Josh Fleury in 20th. And the rest of the order there on screen: Natalie Latos, McDaniels, Shreddy Brown, Lisa Keys, Gatos, Lonergan, and Clayton Fitzpatrick rounding out the rest of the field. Let's have a look back at the highlights here from Eibach GLTC Race 3. We had a little bit of a hold up there with the yellow flag early on, but on the start of the race, we rolled off the grid with 27 cars here in the field, and well, chaos there in the background on the start, and the yellow early on for cars stopped at the top of turn 4. Clayton Fitzpatrick off into the wall just gently. Donald Louis with a mechanical issue. Both cars returned to the racetrack. On the restart, though, Tom O'Gorman stole the lead away from Matan Rosenberg, but it wasn't to be for long. The lead for a lap or two before Rosenberg just throttled up, and that Corvette strength has been in the upper half of the 100-mile-an-hour range, and right here just blitzed right on by him and took the spot away and never looked back. That's how he's been so far this weekend. Tom O'Gorman then was kind of a lonely second for a little while the battle broke out behind him between Andy Smedegaard and Eric Catil, and then Eric Meadows popped into the fight, and these three had a pretty awesome, fun battle at the tail end of the race. And coming down to the checkers, Smedegaard to the left, Catil to the right, but it was Matan Rosenberg, Tom O'Gorman, then Eric Meadows right here all the way to the line and stole it by a couple hundredths of a second. Eibach GLTC Race 3 complete.